Tips and tricks number 6, graph and table simultaneously. Wouldn't this be nice to be able to see the graph and table and trace and be able to see it in the table and on the point on the graph? That would be great. All right, so let's go to y equals and clear out anything that's there. And in y1, we're going to type in y equals 6 minus 1/2 x squared. So that's 6 minus, and then the fraction template, 1/2. Get out from the denominator, press the right arrow to get out from the denominator, x squared, and then enter. And we're going to turn on the graph table feature, okay, which is under mode. So go down to the word full, make a right turn, and there's graph table. On the grayscale or non-color ones, it's G-T. So press enter on graph table. And let's go and set the table, second window. So we want to make sure our table is set here. So let me record that. We do want the table to set to be starting at 0 and a delta table of 1. We also wanted the mode to be a graph table. So now that we've got that set up, I'm going to press second graph, and I'll see the graph and table side by side, second graph for table. And when I press the down arrow, watch what happens. It's showing me where the point is and what the coordinates are in the table. And if I press the up arrow, it'll go to the x in the negative direction. And that is just so cool to me, for good reasons, Now, some of you might say, well, why did you just press trace to see it? Won't that work? Well, watch when we press trace. Nobody's happy, okay, there. And the reason for that is we were in the table, not in the graph. So second graph put us in the table. And so now we're just going through the table, which we can control the step. Remember the delta table? We can control that. So that's why we want to use that graph table. A couple other quick things here is if you want to change the delta table, there's this message that says press the plus sign. So if I press the plus sign, I can change the delta table to 2 or to 1/2 or to 4 or to 0.1, whatever I want to change it to. And also if you go over into the y column, it says press the up arrow to edit the function. So if I press and go up to the y1 and press enter, I can change that. Instead of being 6 minus 1/2 x squared, it could be 5 minus 1/2 x squared. Or even change it to sine x or whatever it is I want to do. So the key here is graph and table simultaneously. I love it. But even though I love it, when I don't want it, I don't want it. So let's go back to mode and change it back to full before we move on. So now it's full screen, meaning full graph or full table.